all the world is a stage, and Earth perhaps has the brightest spotlight on their stage right now. From the cosmos down below, we see an illumination, an expansion, an extraction. A multitude of meanings converging, coalescing, and compounding into something unfathomable, something that has never been, and yet will be. As we are deep in the currents of eclipse season right now, we are breathing in a multitude of frequencies, codings and energies, whispers of other possibilities. With each inhale and each exhale, we are processing through countless possibilities of meaning, countless opportunities to unlock something new and to rewrite the rules of our reality and to craft something unfathomable and formidable, playful and purposeful in this age of the ancient future that is now unfolding. In the next few days, we are being presented with a multitude of opportunities to change the way we perceive and conceptualize, connect, and converge as a collective across the globe. We are undoubtedly being asked to converge, to be in collision for the purpose of harmony fueling, for the purpose of transmutation. Because you can't transmute from a distance. I know, quantum and all that kind of stuff, sure. But you're not really doing it from a distance. You're closing the gap of that distance between you and that which you seek. And that's the point. You have to be in collision, in convergence, in cohesion with that which you want to transform into something new. And let me just tell each and every one of you that there is so much available to transmute, so much available to transform. Deep, unfathomable wells waiting just beyond your periphery, waiting for you to grasp onto them and wield them and remember all that you have access, all that your soul wisdom has access to exploring and wielding from. I keep talking about this eclipse season as an initiation because in many ways I'm continuously flowing from one initiation to the next. And I know many of you on a spiritual path are also flowing from one initiation into a deeper stage of you, to the next, to the next. The spiral of evolution. And I really don't use the term initiation lightly, in this case in particular. When I say that we are in the midst of an initiation, a caretakership initiation for our collective, as a collective. Oh, I mean that so viscerally and vibrantly. It doesn't have to be something that intimidates you or scares you away from acting. It is something that should be playfully explored, but it should absolutely be explored. There should be a certain vantage point of playful reverence when entering into eclipse seasons, when entering into this one in particular. This one has weight. This one has potency. The paths aligning for our timeline evolution are significant. And the path that we choose to tread, the choices we decide to make, require breaking the mold, following the route that you always have will not lead you to where you want to go. You have to chart a new path. This cycle is asking you to chart a new path. It almost doesn't even care what path you choose, as long as it is something unfathomable, as long as it is something remarkable. Remarkable in the sense that it is unusual. It is outside of the expectations of your behavior, outside of the expectations for what you normally would choose as logical, as safe, as comfortable, as easy. This period is asking you to do the unthinkable simply because it is what fuels you, what ignites you, what nags at the back of your mind, egging you on to open up to something more, something that you can't see but you know is there. This eclipse, this first one in particular, this is the eclipse for the dreamers. This is the daydreaming, realm drunk, fantastical grasping of mystical possibility and weaving it down into the tangible reality. This first eclipse, this is when you want to draw. This is when you want to paint. This is when you want to create. This is when you want to write. This is when you want to sing. This is when you want to wield without thinking. This is when you want to simply be. This is when you want to become. This is when you want to activate everything that you know is waiting. Everything that you know is sitting in these dormant little little boxes, little gifts, little gift wrap packages, little alcoves of hidden archives of knowing, hidden treasure maps, box loads of keys unlocking mystical doorways. This is when you want to dream them into being. This is when you want to re-envision the connection that you have to what you think that you are, who you think you're capable of being. And I promise you, what you think you are wielding and what you think this world is going to become, it's only a glimpse. It's only a spark of possibility. It's only the thread to get you to what there is no charted path for as of yet. That is what we are weaving and wielding as a collective. The power that we hold during this time is unfathomable and immense and meant to be wielded. Every time I say the word wielding, I hope it will serve as an energetic activation for you. An activation of your capacity to wield all that you are. Because what this energy is asking for us is most certainly to wield this energy. To wield this vision, this daydream of a new reality, of a new connection to community across our own planet and across the cosmos, and to anchor it into reality. It is no mistake that I have been in the process of opening an interdimensional exchange program right in the foothills of this eclipse, that it is emerging and embarking during this time. Because we are entering an age of interdimensional ambassadors. But first we have to master ambassadoring our own community and our own collective. The balance needs to be met. We have to uphold and reclaim our collective authority to rewrite the rules that hierarchy broke us under. Sometimes you have to be broken to rebuild. Sometimes the breaking is the magic. As long as you continue the rebuilding, you continue the connecting, you continue the converging, you continue the communion and the dedicated restoration of what this daydream in your mind can be. Because it will be, but it will be more than what you believe it possible to be. Just trust that it'll be, and enact the daydream. This is the time to enact the daydream. This is the time to enact more mystical, magical, ritualistic, expansive caretakership of yourself and of your totality. Oh, the cosmos are a stage, but Earth has the brightest spotlight perhaps at this time. And that is because what we do during this time holds weight. You don't have to really understand what I mean when I call this planet a gateway planet. I just want you to reconceptualize the weight of your actions. They don't just hold dramatic meaning for those in your local community, those in your country. those in your neighboring continents. And let me be so very clear. That weight is incredibly important. That connection, that collaboration, that awareness, that convergence with those members of our community are integral and essential and the founding layers for what is to come should we fully prove ourselves as a human race to be worthy of reclaiming our mantle as caretakers of a gateway planet. Because that requires ambassadorship across our planet, but it also requires ambassadorship interdimensionally with our cosmic community. It requires an understanding of cosmic culture and new ways of engaging in language, connection, and communication. And we are just in the beginning, but oh, the beginning is bright. If only we can wield it. And we have so much potential to wield it as a collective. So much weight. Weight is a gift. So many are so quick to want to escape to other dimensions. They don't understand the significance of this dimension, this density, this devolution, the weight and the impact that containing this layer of reality means. Oh, the upper dimensions and densities and devolutions are mystical, magical, and powerful and essential for a gateway planet. Don't get me wrong. But we must cherish this third layer that gives us the weight and the impact on not just ourselves, but on the totality. Because we are not just impacting ourselves, we are impacting the totality. Why do you think so many different beings from so many different places are so invested in what happens here? There's so many layers of meaning and reasoning behind this, but at the end of the day, the simplest thing to understand is that there's weight to the exchange, the impact of our actions. And we are role-playing for the totality right now. How to rewrite the rules. How to take what has always been, break it, and rebuild it into something that is the ancient future. That is something unwritten and rewoven in a new language, a new song, a new harmony for ourselves and our totality. So, it's time to get to work. It's time to get daydreaming. The eclipse is here. Let's go.